Welcome back. We've already learned how to make an excellent line chart, as well as how to handle time series data. But in this lecture, we'd like to concentrate on some general guidelines when it comes to creating line charts. The first question we'd like to address is when to use a line chart. As you're already aware, line charts are most frequently used when displaying time series data. The main reason is that through a line chart, it's easy to track the progression of a variable over time. Moreover, a line chart is also suitable for tracking several different variables on the same chart. When talking about time series data, we are tempted to compare it with another popular chart, the area chart. A line chart is nothing but the tip of the area in an area chart. This time represented with a line chart. A different story appears. What we couldn't tell from the area chart is that there is a clear separation between two groups of languages. At the top, we see the four most popular. What a blast from the past when we notice that Perl, as well as PHP, seemed to be the leaders of the pack for a while back in 2004. Home price index data for different cities in the US. The chart displays time series data, which we're already familiar with. On the x-axis, we have the time, monthly values from the beginning of the year 1987 until the end of 2015. On the y-axis, we have home price indices. We have a total of 19 cities, hence 19 lines on the chart, which is simply a few or about 15 too many. For example, we'd be hard-pushed to find individual standout colors for each city. Moreover, it's next to impossible to identify a particular US city, as all lines are jumbled together. This is also due to the majority of cities being close in their index values, especially up until the turn of the century. Afterward, there is an increase in pricing indexes, with some extreme peaks around 2004 and 2005. Then, they're quickly followed by a very steep drop, and by now you're well aware this is related to the housing market bubble. But to properly display this information on the chart, first, a narrower time frame would be preferable. If we insist on tracking the changes over the entire period, choosing a single or a few cities to avoid a spaghetti chart is a must. All in all, this is a perfect example of trying to put too many eggs in one basket. And it's something we're all at risk of producing. By trying to make our chart as informative as possible, that is including all the information we could think of, we end up with a chart which conveys it returns. But if we return to our line chart example, showing programming languages, what you may have noticed is that the y-axis doesn't start from 0. Instead, it begins at 30. Here, we've purposely cut the y-axis to zoom in on the actual values we have on our chart, and they are from around 30 to 100. Nonetheless, we haven't lost any information, as we're showing the trend of the data and its actual values are still present. And unlike an area chart, here we don't have volume to consider. Though it might be worth pointing out where the y-axis starts during a presentation, all in all, this is a perfectly good line chart. So Edward Tufte was right, not that we were ever really doubting him. All right, that brings it into a close when it comes to line charts. Hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. And until next time.